Let's go! Did Steve Sarkisian cost the Texas Longhorns a chance at the national championship? It's tough because, honestly, this fourth quarter was not the absolute best from him. Now, obviously, he does not coach defense. The big problem with this play, though, wasn't necessarily the run fitting, but the fact that Texas blew a timeout before it. So, obviously, on this 4th and 2, what happened here was 45 Broughton, who made some good plays in this game. I am a little shocked that he stunted to the inside right here to deoccupy the middle. He rip moves here. Guard just kind of washes him out. Center pulls around. And basically, there you go. And they had a safety over here on the 3-by-1 side. It's something else that's very interesting. I've been doing some research on this. Plays in general, and this is what the Kansas City Chiefs do a really good job of, are better when you overload one side of the line of scrimmage. So this is a rare 5-by-0 formation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. So the tight end here, my understanding of the rules, he actually can't go out on a pass. So you don't really even need to worry about him in the pass fit, if you will. So obviously, just a really good design. QB run game was a huge part of this game, right? One QB can run and the other is a statue. All right, so obviously, this is not on Sark, but this is a game where you must keep your cool. I was shocked to see Gunnar Helm do this. You just can't point at a guy. I understand Helm would say, hey, this is me just pointing first down. Really good design by Steve Sarkisian. Obviously, these kind of tight end league plays are just a fad now, right? So you start off blocking, and then you kind of slide to the on a shallow drag, and then you just leak up the field, right? It's really, really, really good stuff, especially if you had been setting them up with so many running back throws, right? It's really, really good stuff. And Gunnar Helm, obviously, is a really, really good tight end. You just can't do this at the end of it. All right? Wow, wow, wow. Okay, pointing right at him. It's an easy flag all day, every day. All right, this will be the play that haunts Steve Sarkisian till the end of his career. Okay? Obviously, in retrospect, it doesn't look good at all. Obviously, this wasn't Kelvin Banks' best day. The right tackle had a tough day as well. But let's be honest about this. Texas just had guys making plays in the secondary all game, right? This is arguably the best tackling secondary I've ever seen, and it's headlined by Caleb Downs, one of the best safeties I've ever seen. He makes his play, gets his play very horizontal. Kelvin Banks obviously missed his block as well to make this that much worse. Man, I just don't know why Sark would call this, right? The first thing about this is obviously this can lose you a lot of yards. The second thing about this is, what if the pitch goes awry? There's so many different things that can go wrong. You're asking Kelvin Banks to make a very difficult block. So I understand on first down you got stopped, you got stuffed. The right side of your line that hasn't really been playing all that well. But, man, this is just brutal play calling. I just don't know if I'm calling that. I'm a little shocked that Arch Manning wasn't in the game. So I think one thing that hamstrung Steve Sarkisian in this spot, maybe on 1st and goal, they are running this play right here instead of obviously doing what they did. And obviously they had to burn this short yardage play here on 4th and 1. So it sucks. The funny thing about it is Caleb Downs was actually here to stop this one too. This actually just ended up being a really good block by Ryan Wingo. You take a look at this. Man, is Downs making this play if he has a clean run at it here? I don't know. I mean, it's close. This was just a phenomenal run by Arch Manning. But maybe that's the play. And maybe the line of thinking with Sark was, hey, I am going to go to the outside. It worked earlier in the game. I don't know. Okay, so I don't have a fancy schmancy analytic board in front of me. I'm a big believer in analytics, and I would like to think that the whoever does the decision making for Texas or helps with Sark's decision making is telling him that he has to go for this 4th and 9. I just think you have to kick the field goal here, and I obviously am saying this partially as a scorn Texas +6 better. But part of the reason why I think you should kick the field goal is, number one, you could still win this game in regulation, right? You kick it deep. Obviously, you can still stop them. You still have the 2-minute warning. You still have 2 timeouts left. But I think part of what forces you to go for it is because you blew that really bad defensive timeout on 4th and 2. So the second thing is, obviously, they're not going to let you win throwing to the running back. They're going to force you to throw it into the end zone and give their pass rushers time to make this play. All right? So, obviously, 56 gets beat really badly. Sawyer throws Quinn Ewers into the dirt, and they are going the other way with the scoop and score. All right, so was there anything open? Let's just say you have semi-decent protection here. Well, let's see. The first thing, and I know this from being a Garrett Nussmeier guy, is there anything open here? This end breaker is cut off by the safety. And you can see they have 6 DBs with their heels on the goal line. Man, there honestly is just nothing open. He would just be throwing the football into nothing. And there's just too much pressure. There really, really, really is too much pressure. Okay? Now, the only thing is, does this guy catch Sawyer? No. That's So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, Texas. I just think in that spot you kick the field goal for a few different reasons. The first is you could still win this game in regulation. Part of why I would slightly lean towards kicking the field goal is Texas played such a long game versus Arizona State. You could see the Longhorns really wear down in this game. So Quinn Ewers will not run off into the sunset with a victory over his old team. Comment below, Texas fans, is Sark to blame for this loss versus Ohio State? Man, I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of different things. Maybe that phantom misholding call on Colin Simmons. Maybe that drop by Isaiah Bond. I mean, there's so many different plays you can point to. But, man, you would have been favored over Notre Dame. That's all I got to say about that. Who's going to win it all now? Give me your thoughts down below. It is Power Hour SEC. Boom! And tonight we are doing chili. Let's go.